Hello everyone, welcome to this very special AstroVed Hangout. Today we are joined by Dr. Pillai via phone because he's traveling. And he's going to tell us a little bit about Mahalaya, very important time coming up this week and lasting for another 2 weeks. He'll also be hosting a live hangout on the day that this very important time starts. So please stay tuned for more information about that. But now Dr. Pillai will join us via phone. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Pillai.
Yes. As Jaya had mentioned, I'm traveling in India. Otherwise, I would have been on a live show on the Google Hangout. I would certainly do it in a couple of days so that I can talk to you through the handle Google Hangout. Now, the time, September and October, is a very strange time for the Earth plane. You look at different cultures and their documentation about this time is that, including the major Halloween time upcoming for the West, is the time that we have strange visitors to this Earth plane, and that affects our consciousness. And people who are really able to see beings that are invisible would know that this time is the time that there are departed spirits coming to this Earth plane, and along with other entities also coming here. And this is also reflected in some people who are mentally imbalanced, particularly this full moon and also the upcoming new moon. They will be very disturbed. Now, this is a science as far as the yogis are concerned. They know the connection between the human brain and its reaction to the entities outside. Particularly, you are connected to your own ancestors who passed through the connection of your soul. So your soul and the soul of your ancestors are both connected. Just as you have inherited biological genes, you have also inherited the souls, the soul genes, if there is something like that, from your ancestors. And your happiness or unhappiness, your success or your failure are all related to how you are connected to your ancestors' souls. And they are coming here. So this just became a science for the yogis. And then they look forward to this time to clean up their consciousness by directly connecting with the spirits that happen to visit the Earth plane during this 15 days that starts on the 9th. It may all sound to be too metaphysical and esoteric. It may be, but then I can guarantee you that if you are able to know what is really going on and then do something with this time period, you will be able to change almost all areas of your life, including your finance, your relationship, your health, your enlightenment, Almost all areas of your life are connected to uh, this, the ancestors on both the father and mother's side through your soul. And that directly impact your body, your mind. And I have done different kinds of teachings, but the one teaching that I have found very, very useful, very practical, is the teaching about what I come to have called as soul genetics. If you are not successful in life, in any area, it is directly because of the unhappiness of your ancestors' souls. This finding is not particularly confined to India alone. This is also the finding of the Chinese, the Japanese, and to some extent other cultures. But in India, this science is fully developed. And if you go to the AstroVed newsletter, I think they have given that all what happens to these 14 days. And every day you can, you have a special energy, and that affects either your health or money or relationship. And you can do what is called the ancestor feeding ritual, and through which that you can set right the areas that you need to improve on. And there are areas that can be addressed only on one of the 14 days. So those of you who have specific problems, like in any area, you have to write it down and send it to AstroVed, and then they will find out what day those problems can be remedied, and then they will pass it on to the priest to do this ritual. I thought about this many times, whether I should do this service or not. And then I did some pilot programs a few years ago, and then I was very happy with the results. And the people who I engage for doing these rituals are very, very capable of finding out the right time to do the rituals, and then and also facilitate the process of satisfying those ancestors whom the way priests call to this earth plane, and then address this problem. So it's an elaborate process. Not every priest is trained in that. Only some of them who are gifted with clairvoyance, clairaudience, and also specialists in rituals can do that. One of the things that I have come here to this earth plane to do is to prove to the world that our material life is all that there is. Life continues even after we pass away, after the physical body dies, because the soul is intact, and the soul always has connection with the descendants. Now I remember Shakespeare's plays, in where he talks a lot about the supernormal and supernatural. For instance, in Hamlet, Hamlet's father was wrongfully murdered by his own brother, and who married Hamlet's mother. Hamlet's father wants to seek vengeance, so he appears before the sun, and tells the sun and what happened and how your mother has betrayed me, and your uncle was responsible for my death. You have to take vengeance. You know. So this tradition is also, as I said, available elsewhere in the world. I think this Hamlet story, if I remember right, is from the Germanic origin. So there are connection between the spirits, and the spirits always look after that. So if I have to really talk about this, I will go on and on and on for several hours. So intricate is the connection between the ancestor spirits that are living in different dimensions according to their own evolution, and how they are connected to you is the most interesting point that is relevant to us in a practical sense, because we can do something about it to make this relationship to work for both, for those of us who are still living on this earth plane, and to those souls who are still stuck in the middle because of inability to move forward. So you can do something through this ritual to help them to move forward. And when they move forward, they can do a lot more good for you. Because there is no way that you can completely sever your relationship with them. And this happens not only with regard to the human souls, even with some dogs and cats that passed away, and their souls are hanging in there, and then they are attached to you. So tarpanas can be done even for those animals, the pet animals, and they have sometimes sacrificed their lives in order to save your life or some disease of yours, and they take it on themselves. So it is not just superstition. It is very unfortunate that in the 20th century we have gotten, so insensitive to the invisible world. Although we know that the atom is invisible, but still we believe in an atom bomb. But why can't we believe in things like ancestor soul? They, are out there governing our own lifetime. But then you will find on these 14 days that things will be very, very out of the ordinary. Even in my own case, I was not supposed to be in India at this time. So it's as if I was completely forced by something beyond human understanding for me to go to India, and then particularly to go to this temple at Chidambaram, where I was a few minutes ago. And then after that, I started my travel, and I just got in from the car. I got out of the car and then got into the house where I am talking to you from. Especially even the place where I am now, where I'm staying is also a place where you can easily get into touch with your ancestors. So it is as if the ancestors' whole community is making me as a spokesperson for all of them, so that I can do something good for the world. Because it is not about our own individual problems being solved. It is also a problem of terrorists. That is why I said even the angels are using me to convey this message to you. Even terrorists and people who are out there to destroy humanity and the evil forces, they are all due to certain souls which are stuck in the mid-heaven, unable to move up, and they realize their condition, but they don't know what to do. So we can do something on the earth plane, and they all come here during these 14 days looking for help. And once the help, what do I mean by helping them? Helping them is doing this simple ritual. I introduced this a few years ago and encourage people to do this ritual on a daily basis, without involving a priest or anyone to do this. All that it requires is a bunch of black sesame seeds mixed with some rice grains and a special grass. And then you just go, and then every day, and I advise people to keep this stuff in your bathroom. And you take a shower, then take this, and then just say, this is for my ancestors on my father's side and mother's side, and then offer this sesame seed and rice along with water, and that does a tremendous amount of help for you. Diseases will begin to disappear. I have seen this in so many cases. The one ritual that has helped everyone, or most people, is this particular one. And especially these 14 days, these ancestors are very active and they are here. So I recommend that you use this period to take care of almost all of the problems. But if you have specific problems that you want to take care of, just mention that I want to sponsor this ancestor ritual for this problem, for my dog or for my mother or father or grandmother or grandfather or some other relatives. Or you can even state your own problems. So I have this problem of a disease or lack of relationship or whatever that is. And what you do in these 14 days is going to really make a serious impact on your life. That's why I thought that I would do this webcast. This is a telephone call. I will certainly in one of the days do a live webcast on the camera through Google Hangout so that I can talk more on the ritual itself and explain how this ritual works. What is the importance of sesame seeds and rice and this special darba grass, and how kings have used and how gods have used. And this is an esoteric technology that really works. And as I said, I have been practically used by the angelic forces on this day to deliver this message to you. So I recommend that you take this opportunity and then to connect with your ancestors to address the problems with your life. And again, I thank the Divine for giving me this opportunity to be a channel. I will soon announce when I will be doing the live Google Hangout. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pillai. So, folks, Dr. Pillai live coming from South India. Let me just review the dates for you. For the U.S. calendar, it is September 9th. That's when it begins. So it's the moon after the full moon, and it ends on the new moon, which in the U.S. calendar is on the 23rd of September. So the 9th of September through the 23rd of September for U.S. timings. Of course, check your time zone and where you are so that you know exactly when. It starts on the first moon, which is the moon after the new moon, and goes the 14 to 15 days to the new moon. So after the full moon to the new moon, that waning period. And what you want to do during this time, to recap, is to make ancestor offerings every single day. I also have to say that there are several AstroVed events and offers that I do religiously every year, and this is one of them. This is the one time of year you get to access the influence of your ancestors and start relieving that pressure. It's like pressure we don't even know is there, like Dr. Pillai was saying. It's this energy from other dimensions that our ancestors are influencing us. And this is the one time of year that is the most powerful. You really just don't want to miss it. Also, it's like the karmic layers of the onion, where you peel one and it just is continual. So even if you do Tarpanam or the ancestor offering at home, like I actually do almost every single day, there are potentially millions of your ancestors out there on both your mother and your father's side. So it goes back infinite generations, and it never really ends. So, excuse me, even if you do your own offerings or you do this offering service every year, excuse me, it's still something that you want to continue to do, because those souls are out there and more emerge, and satisfying them is definitely improving your own life. So please, I encourage you to pick a package. AstroVed has several of them, starting from a very low price to an exclusive individual ancestor offering. And Dr. Pillai mentioned the priest. Not all priests are specifically trained for this type of technique, this type of ritual. The one that will be doing them is specifically connected and specifically trained for this type of service, this type of ritual. He is highly evolved. Dr. Pillai has handpicked him, and we're very pleased to be able to offer these services to everyone so that we can start relieving that pressure from the ancestors and think about the global transmission that occurs during this time. All these ancestors are bombarding human beings on all different dimensions, and the more we relieve them and let them ascend into light, into their full light bodies, merging with God, the more misery and unhappiness we're relieving from the planet, from those who are feeling the impacts of these ancestors. So you're not just doing your own self and your family a service, you're doing a service to everyone around you, and of course the global consciousness. So, and at the very least, if all you can do is make the offering at home for these 14 days, please make sure you do that. And if you have any questions, like Dr. Pillai says, write into AstroVed. It's support@astroved.com. And we hope that you have a very prosperous and satisfying Mahalaya. Namaste.